RiverPitch is proudly supported by ACS and River City Labs.
Hello and welcome to RiverPitch. I'm James Dagger-Nixon. So, what is in a name? Why RiverPitch? Well, River City Labs in Brisbane is one of the country's leading startup accelerators. It's a place where Aussie entrepreneurs come together to scale up their businesses and try to solve global problems. River City Labs also gives founders the opportunity to pitch to investors and has supported more than 700 startups since its inception in 2012. So, we thought, why not take you inside this exciting process and show you what it takes to build a successful business. Over the next 8 weeks, 24 entrepreneurs from right across the country will be pitching their ideas to some of Australia's most experienced investors and tech leaders. Contestants will be competing for a prize valued at $20,000. But more importantly, the journey will allow them to refine their business models and really think about how they sell their ideas. We start our journey in Brisbane with 8 nervous hopefuls, but before we meet them, let's take a look at exactly what the judges are after.
The pitch process is so critical to any startup. It's your vehicle for communicating your business model and how you're going to solve it.
You understand the business model and the strategy around it.
In this sort of environment, we don't get to see the technology under the hood, so it's all about the value proposition and the market that you're trying to secure.
The role of a founder is to be both the vision and the engine of the business.
He or she really believes in the business and the business idea.
They need to be the growth hacker, always looking to keep their current customers as well as looking for new customers.
And also the founder has the personal characteristics to see that business through.
The teams here in Brisbane will be mentored by Steve Baxter in preparation for tonight's pitches. Steve is a highly experienced tech startup investor and entrepreneur.
So what this is about getting you ready to pitch to a whole bunch of stakeholders, investors, people, customers who'll take along your journey. People invest or buy you. So a lot of stuff's important. You're the most important part of that equation, and we're going to take you through that throughout this entire process.
James from Audira is first up. His company makes headphones that can be used for hearing tests, but also to optimize entertainment experiences. Steve cuts straight to the core of why James is here today.
Why do you care about headphones?
Because it's a link. It's a way that we can engage people in the importance
That's not
of their
very
hearing.
interesting though, James. I mean, you're about to pitch to some people. Assume you're pitching to an investor who's seen 100 pitches in the previous 5 days.
Yes.
You are currently last on their they're looking at their watch and say, why do I give a stuff about James's company in Audira?
Because the headphone market is enormous.
Aside from the size of the market, we call that TAM, total addressable market, which is
Absolutely.
quite high.
Yep.
Does your purpose of business speak to some part of the human soul? I mean, why do you do this?
We give back entertainment, communication and quality of life to millions of people who just assumed because their hearing was one-sided, no one was going to do anything about it.
See, that's the better pitch.
Cochlear
you give
recipients who, for the first time in their lives, have a musical experience. I think the first time I saw the headphones being used by a person who had quite profound hearing loss and just the look on his face was really heartwarming.
Yasmin from the world's biggest garage sale, which prides itself on being profit for purpose, has hit the nail on the head with her pitch. But Steve still has some questions.
Your pitch seems to have ticked a lot of the boxes there. So you obviously have a very, very saleable message. Out of this pitch, what is it you're seeking? You mentioned a chairman.
Yes.
A CTO.
Yes.
And
funding.
Warming up a seed round, is that?
Yes, yeah. Okay. We're really looking for funding.
The pitch you've actually prepared just there, given you're after a chairman or a CTO, do you think it's appropriately weighted? There's a lot of information in your pitch. Can you get across the point of what you're doing in the amount of time you've got?
It's actually putting the meatier stuff that's the most important at the front of my pitch deck. So I'm totally going to just reinvent the pitch. Benchon
is a company that allows businesses to hire out their underutilized workforce to other companies when work is scarce. How the background software works is complex, but Steve has a much simpler question.
I'm not going to understand your business today.
Right.
But in some respects, I don't care about your idea. I care about your traction.
Okay.
You put some numbers up there.
Yep.
500 clients, $100 million in contracts uploaded.
Yep.
They're good numbers. Well, so a client is someone who pays you money. Do you have 500 people who are paying you money?
We have 500 people, 500 companies currently on our website. There is a percentage of those that have successfully closed contracts.
You've got to get across some metric that you're actually a business and not a marketplace trying to find a customer.
Alex from Canaria, which makes high-tech monitoring equipment to improve worksite safety, has impressed Steve.
So, but wouldn't it be that the every worker deserves to go home at the end of the day?
Oh, absolutely.
So I think if you want to sort of catch the attention, and one of the points I've been making is how do you, if you're pitching for investment, I'm not sure what you're pitching for at the moment, but if you're pitching for investment, how do you wake up the sleepy VC analyst? And what are you pitching for today? Right.
Oh, we're just pitching for general brand recognition and to get our name out there. And more importantly, to let people know not only what we're doing in terms of technology, but to let people know this is a whole new emerging realm of science.
I thought that was a very sharp pitch, Alex.
Realer has developed an app that allows builders and property buyers to create 3D models of a building, allowing the user to step inside the structure before it's built. But Steve comes back to his fundamental question for Dan.
I'm always searching for the why in these pitches. I'm trying to understand how you actually grab the attention of someone who might be exceptionally disengaged after they've sat in a room all day and listened to startup pitches, which is something you will face when you're pitching for investment.
Yeah.
You said understand buildings before they are built. That to me summarised, I don't know, that clicked a lot more with me than anything else you said. Then I go into the concerning parts about your revenue strategy and $49 a month. Who is paying $49 a month, may I ask?
People who are currently going through some kind of build process, because that's who
But
we've been
it's
running.
something that you do every 10 years. If you more often, if you really hated yourself, you'd go and build a house. It's quite a stressful process.
Yeah.
And so this might deal with that stress, but you don't own the software for 10 years. You have a build process which might be a few months.
Lucio from Site C, which has created an easier way for telcos to audit their assets, has also come up against one of the most fundamental questions from Steve.
I've asked this question quite a bit. Why? Why does Site C do what they do?
We initially were trying to solve a different problem. And
I don't need the history, I need the why. What are you going to say? It's going to make me want to stop writing, look up and go, wow, that sounds cool. So is the fact that the towers are more accurately assetized, therefore you build less of them, which is interesting in a resource point of view.
I know where you're going now, and I'll add this bit. This is particularly important now to understand what's on your structure when you want to upgrade.
Coming up, find out who learns the hard way that investors don't like surprises. The boys from Power Wells, which build micro power stations for developing countries, learn a lesson in being specific in what they are pitching for.
To do this, we need huge quantities of batteries. So our ask is to help get these directly from electronics companies.
That's it. All right, so you're not pitching for investment, you're pitching for access to people with vast quantities of, otherwise unusable resources.
Yeah, that's it.
And so what's an example of that sort of company? So give us some examples.
What comes to mind is Lenovo, HP, Dell.
Okay, laptop
all these,
companies.
Yeah, all these laptop companies.
Seeing as you're here pitching for contacts, we need specifics.
Up last in the morning session, Lachlan from Augmented learns a valuable lesson.
What is it you're pitching for, Lachlan?
So we're pitching, I think, two things. I would like to set up a team. I have the experts.
All right, you've already taken 5 words too long to get to that question. So
Okay.
are you pitching for money here today?
So we are pitching for a first round seed investment to set up our board and company so we can also raise for a real estate investment trust.
So you've found some technology that can identify really good building sites. Wouldn't someone sort of say to you, so you've actually got the horse race betting software and you're actually trying to sell the results to people. Is that what it is?
So that's what our original intent was. Then we came to realise really quickly, if we sell the gold map to the developers, they're the ones who are going to mine it.
There's another goal saying phrase out there as well. You know that one, don't you?
Shovels.
Shovels. When everyone's digging for gold, what should you be doing? You should be selling shovels.
That's correct.
You've decided to dig for gold.
Yeah, well, selling software...
No, you have. You should either own it or deny it.
I guess I went through the pitch, leading people to think I'm, doing a typical software sell. And then at the end going, actually, we're not selling to property developers and we're using our unique IP to go out and capture opportunities. His advice was just say that straight up.
Right, well, here we are. We're about to see the last of the 8 pitches. Only 4 of these pitches will go on to the final round in Sydney. We've had a fantastic day having a chat, reviewing the pitches, and in general giving some advice to try and hone these pitches up to make them all that much better. So onwards and upwards, let's take a look at these pitches.
Hi, I'm Yaz Grigalunas, the CEO and co-founder of the world's biggest garage sale. The name gives us away, but more importantly, what you see on the screen now is not a garage sale. This is a movement. We activate dormant goods for good for the circular economy. We rescue product that would otherwise lay in your cupboards and drawers, wasted, underutilised. $150,000 generated in a single day in Brisbane. We have a responsibility to scale this model. And we're making money and we're making a difference. We're taking this event globally with a licensed platform and dashboard. Think of it as a garage sale in a box. We take it to the communities where they're trying to raise money for their local causes without having to ask people for cash. 1,000 events globally in the next 5 years. We will deliver these 4 events a week, every year on year. And these numbers are conservative. We're opening a seed round this month. We're looking for investors who care about people and planet, but who want to make profit for purpose. Everyone loves a unicorn in the tech space. Well, we're a different kind of unicorn. We're a rainbow unicorn for people, for planet, and profit for purpose. Jump on board.
We're glad we had the chat before. We've obviously brought that concept through of the 1,000 events in the next 5 years. So if you're out after a chairman, after a board and a CTO, that's it. Who wants to get on this train to do 1,000 events, which I think is crazy, in the next 5 years? But hey, it might be crazy fun. Thanks, Yaz. It was fantastic.
Thanks, Steve.
Hi, everyone. My name is James Fielding, and I'm the founder and CEO of Audira. At Audira, we have developed a set of headphones with a built-in hearing test. You put the headphones on, you complete the hearing test, we show you the result, and then we use the result to tailor the sound so it's perfect for how you actually hear. And the idea for these headphones came from seeing patients in the hospital. I'm actually a medical doctor by trade, and we wanted to make hearing tests quicker and easier for people. So we set about building a medical-grade hearing test that you could just put inside a set of headphones. There is a global endemic of a rise in what's called noise-induced hearing loss. This is preventable hearing loss that has drastic long-term complications. We're talking about 1 in 5 teenagers, 1 in 6 baby boomers, and over 1 billion under the age of 35 at risk by 2025. We're going after 3 key pillars. The health industry, which is people that know they have a problem and need a solution to correct for it. The music industry, people that love their music and want an incredible experience. And the gaming industry, people looking for a competitive advantage and wanting to have the ultimate entertainment experience. See, before we had a really great idea, and then we decided to see if we could sell it. And we took the concept to Kickstarter. We set ourselves a $100,000 goal to see if we could get enough people interested to sell $100,000. We did that on the first day and then went on to sell just shy of $500,000. Since then, it took us 12 months to launch, and in March of 2018, we shipped to 60 countries, signed up 2 national retail partners, launched on Amazon, UK, USA, Japan, Australia, and Canada, and launched on JD.com in China. We have a team that is dedicated to growing and building this platform, made up of doctors, engineers, and marketing specialists, and what we're looking for is to pour fuel on this fire. We're raising $5 to $10 million to improve our technology, build our staff, and take on the world market. Thanks so much.
James, how you doing? That was fantastic as normal. I still reckon you've got a pretty weak why. We spoke about that earlier on, but one thing you said to me resonated, that the world leader in personalised sound.
That's right.
So is that your why?
No, the why is changing lives and saving lives. So why we get out of bed is to give all people the chance to have an incredible entertainment experience and to genuinely save lives. By changing the way people interact with their hearing, we can prevent life-threatening long-term diseases.
After the break, find out who gets the same fundamental question from Steve.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bench On, home of the world's largest untapped talent pool, the happily employed. Now, I'm not talking about job seekers or freelancers. I'm talking about those of you that have full-time jobs, you're happy where you are, you have no intention of leaving, you just might not be working on something productive right now. Now, our mission is to make sure that as the happily employed, you remain employed, even when the business you work for is going through a tough time and they can't afford to keep you. The problem we're solving is employee underutilisation. Think of those times when a business is in a lull, there's not enough work coming in, or maybe a major contract is just being cancelled unexpectedly. We understand that every business, no matter how big you are, experiences peaks and troughs. So we've created one easy-to-use multi-purpose dashboard to manage both sides. In the lulls, when there's not enough work, you can manage your employee bench by uploading their employee profiles and telling us over the next 12 months when they're going to be available. When you need support, you simply put in an assignment request telling us who you need, when you need them, and how much you're willing to pay. And our system will do all the heavy lifting in matching your requirements to the available hidden talent inside the best companies. Now, we've just exited out of our pilot phase at the end of 2018, during which time we grew to over 500 corporate clients, ranging from global corporates down to small businesses and startups. And we've created a platform that reduces talent sourcing time from 2 months down to 1 day. So if you believe in our mission, why not join us and let's tell the world, don't cut your staff to save money, bench your staff and make money. Thank you.
So you've pitched us, Tim. What are you looking for?
Oh, we're here for 2 reasons. We're here for brand exposure and we're also going through an investment round right now because we're at a turning point in the company about to scale. So we're looking for investors and if this can help attract them, then so be it.
Never forget to make the ask. Well done, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name's Lachlan Spedding, and I'm the founder and CEO of Augmented, where we merge big data analytics with a real estate investment trust. Now, I want to talk to you today about how hard it is to find a residential development site. You need to go through federal overlays and planning systems, state and local. There are over 500 councils in Australia alone with their own mapping systems, their own planning systems, and their own data. So at AllMaps, we got thinking, how can we put all this information together and view it in one simple way that anyone can understand? So you can scan through thousands of opportunities at once. So we thought, if we could put it into a traffic light system, red's bad for development, green's good for development. But we realised quite quickly, why sell the gold map to the property developer to capitalise on the gold when we can find those opportunities, buy the property, put a development approval on it and sell it back to them for a lot more money. And this is through a real estate investment trust. All we need to do is raise some money for our seed for corporate structure and then raise money for our real estate investment trust. Thank you very much. My name's Lachlan Spedding from Augmented.
Thanks, Lachlan. That was fantastic. I'm glad you put the REIT more up front. I think it still wasn't quite up front. In essence, you're selling a return on a REIT, a super return on a REIT.
That's correct.
And so no one really cares about the software except that's what's used to generate the super return.
G'day everyone, my name's Dan, co-founder and CEO of Realer, and we're building a company that's changing the way that people see and think about real estate. So understanding building plans is really tough. Understanding physical real estate is really tough, but seeing a building before it's built is even harder. So imagine you're a first-time home buyer or a first-time home builder, an off-the-plan investor, an architect, even the construction guys themselves. Everything that you do revolves around a flat 2D plan. So we built the first life-size augmented real estate app. And just to emphasize, it's an app, so that means it works on every device that's in your pocket, no additional hardware. The most important thing is that this is a spatial visualization tool. So it's all about being able to walk through and understand the physical space. You can see it fitting with the actual location. You can see things like setbacks. You can understand the real views. But most importantly, because you can understand the product, you start to emotionally engage. But our big, hairy, audacious goal is to be part of that marketplace. And the way that we want to do that is not by focusing on our SaaS sales, but building those enterprise partnerships. So our seed round opportunity is open. We're wanting to talk to investors, and with that, we're going to be scaling the team with a pretty decent run rate. My name's Dan, co-founder of Reela. Please go and download the app and try it for free. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan. That was fantastic.
Thanks for your help earlier today.
Yeah,
Steve,
no,
as well.
obviously there's been a lot incorporated in there, so that's been really good. Once again, I think that, pitching to investors, maybe a little heavier on those financial market going forward metrics, growth, etc. But otherwise, no,
Sure.
Dan, I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
There are millions of pieces of telco infrastructure like that that are suffering from poor decision-making each year. These poor decisions are costing the owners and operators billions of dollars in unnecessary audits, upgrades, and inspections each year. Why is this happening in 2019? Well, to understand what's in a vertical tower, vertical structure, it must be climbed, and that induces an enormous amount of friction, human friction. Currently, telco infrastructure is audited between 3 and 5 years, which means decisions are being made using up to 5-year-old data. My customers want to have their portfolio audited annually, but they simply can't do it. There's just not enough skilled resource and equipment to allow this to be done. So Sitesy solves this problem by combining reality modeling and AI. And we produce a reality model just like this of an actual structure. But we go a lot further than that. We use machine learning to create an artificial intelligence to understand each piece of equipment on that structure. And when you know what's happening on the asset, you can make better decisions. We're currently got a seed round open, and we're looking for investment to reinforce our dominance as the world leader in this tech area. As well, we need to grow out our sales capability to sell this product globally. My name's Lucio Piccoli. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sitesy, where we're improving utilization of telco resources 1 tower at a time.
Luch, why, mate? Why? Why Sitesy?
Why? The impending upgrades that are happening for the telco industry, the 5G rollout, is going to put a big pressure on all existing infrastructure, telco infrastructure. And unless you know what's up there, you simply can't upgrade.
Powerwells is a social, economic, and environmental solution to energy poverty. Over 1 billion people lack access to electricity worldwide. Having access to a light and a phone are two of the most effective weapons against poverty, extending the productive hours of the day and allowing people to learn more and earn more. We also realise that there is an incredible amount of waste going into our environment. In fact, in Australia, only 2% of lithium-ion batteries are recycled. So what if we could use that waste and give it to people without access to electricity? Well, Powerwells can, and we already have. So we can fill these buckets with discarded lithium-ion laptop batteries to provide light and phone charging to remote communities without access to electricity.
So how are we going to do this? Well, we'll be making these ourselves, but to scale, we need to get people that are living in remote communities to be using their waste to create light and mobile phone charging for themselves. We started this about a year ago down the road at a startup weekend. Within 2 weeks, we had gone over to Jakarta and we installed the prototype just outside. Within 2 months, we had crowdfunded for 100 systems. Anyone with one of these power wells can be a micro-energy provider selling electricity to their communities. Microfinance and microinsurance have exploded across these markets. So we think the next part in this space is micro-energy provision. So our ask is that we need batteries. So we're looking to speak with Lenovo and HP. Thank you.
Oh,
thanks.
Oh, okay, thanks very much. I've obviously been following you guys for a while. That's awesome. I still think you've got to stick to some knitting somewhere. So you've got your battery bucket, you've got your torch, you've got energy provision, you've got a whole bunch of education. In there is the path you should be on.
Okay, so hi, good evening, everyone. I'm CEO and head designer of Canaria Technologies, and we're developing the next generation of industrial safety equipment. What would a miner's canary look like in the era of space travel? Where once miners could use canaries to warn themselves about imminent danger, today we can use cutting-edge technology to predict and prevent catastrophic events before they occur. The most dangerous thing in this image is the man or woman at the wheel of that vehicle. If they fall asleep with an accident caused by cognitive fatigue, that is a catastrophic event that will cost millions of dollars of damage in the space of only a few seconds. The Canaria Earpiece is lightweight, wireless, and ergonomic. We've adapted medical pulse oximetry in order to read vital signs in real time. Originally designed for NASA, for which we won their global award for best use of hardware in 2016, we're now specializing our equipment for use in the resources sector. So, what does this mean for the resources sector? Well, this means that we can predict and prevent catastrophic events caused by cognitive fatigue before they even happen. Losses to lives in Australia are 2 miners dying every month from this problem. In financial terms, this is a cost to companies of $10 million a day when incidents occurs. The current technologies being used to solve this problem are riddled with accuracy issues that are either focusing on eye movement or EEG readings, but most importantly, they send off alerts during an incident. The Canaria Earpiece sends off an alert before this incident even happens. Logistics and safety supervisors can use the data that we supply in order to improve their site management. By knowing for the first time that Harry gets exhausted after 10 hours and Dave gets tired after 8. Our team of directors is prepped and ready to go. My Chief Technical Officer and fellow director, Theodora, have both had successful company exits that they founded over the last few years. Myself, I'm Alex Moss, I head business and design, and I am building the miner's canary for the 21st century.
Coming up, the moment we have all been waiting for. Who will make it through to the next round?
Thanks everyone for coming down to RiverPitch today. It's been a really fascinating day. We spent a lot of time with the teams. More importantly, these teams have given up their own time to come here, to do this, to get exposure, to network, to understand what they're doing better. So, full props to everybody. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take 4 out of this round of 8 into the next level. The 4 companies we're going to be taking through, I'm going to go from right to left here. Ordira with James, come up here, mate. Fantastic. Real AR with Dan, which surprises the daylights out of me. Well done, mate. Alex from Canaria, fantastically well done. Come up here. And Yaz from World's Biggest Garage Sale. So there you go. It was a mix of the pitch and the market you're entering. Thank you for your time. So let's remain friends, not be strangers, and get into it in the future. Thank you very much.